the person that you cheated on needs to know. So if you're gonna say like, I'm not gonna tell them because of psychological damage, it's honestly, you're not even taking accountability for what you did. You chose to cheat.
Disclosing that you cheated to the person that you cheated on is not accountability. That is just revealing
That is
information.
taking accountability. I would consider that as a form of taking accountability. You're so open.
That's delivering
Be open
news.
about this. That
Maybe
is
it's
a
the
form
first
of-
step.
Nigga, yes. If you cheat and you tell them, yes, I cheated, that is taking accountability. Like, yes, I cheated. Now, it's not taking accountability if you're like, I cheated, but you did this. Age. Pussy. I know you're trying to do a tease dick ride. I seen it coming. Pussy, fuck you. Nigga, I don't look like tease, bro. Stop. Go. Anyways. Man. Cheating. If you cheat and you tell them, that is taking accountability. You're like, yes, I cheated. I apologize. You can do what you need to do with that information. You're being honest. You're letting them know that you fucked up and that you did some terrible shit. You're a terrible person, and they should leave you. You know what I'm saying? Now, the accountability part gets removed when you decide to say, oh, but this didn't the third, but there's no excuses for cheating, bro. There's not. I don't care if you were getting beat. Nigga, leave. Just leave. I don't care if you were like, what? Like, you can leave. You don't have to cheat. If there's anything that's going on in a relationship that you're just not able to no, you can't do it. You have to like get out. Just leave. You don't have to cheat. Just leave. And then go find somebody else that if you feel like you're ready for another relationship. Like,
Towards accountability.
I agree with you.
Maybe it's the first step.
Hi,
It is
I'm
respectful,
Gen,
though.
and I explore
To at
social
least
and
let them know.
controversial issues through
Doing it is not respectful, but letting them know at least it's respectful.
both sides. And today I'll be moderating this middle ground.
Terrible person is pushing it. So you don't think? Okay, so you don't think if you cheat, you think you're not a terrible person if you cheat? I feel like anyone who cheats is a terrible person. You have to be a terrible person to betray the trust of someone who loves you, and as well as someone that I would assume you love because you're in a relationship with them. But if you don't love them, if they don't love you, but to betray the trust of somebody that you have been in a partnership with for a while, depending on it didn't even matter how long it was. It could have been 2 hours. If you cheat in 2 hours, oh my gosh, you're a terrible person. How the fuck do you cheat in 2 hours? You didn't even let the relationship even prosper or attempt to prosper.
Episode.
I feel like
Cheaters
just cheating is
versus
just terrible.
cheated
There's
on.
really no like.
We'll be exploring topics such as the personal experiences of people cheating, the emotional toll that it takes on relationships, and why exactly do people cheat. The first prompt is, I would forgive my partner if they cheated on me.
Fuck no.
Agreeers? Please
Fuck
step
no.
forward.
Fuck no.
I feel like from the side of being cheated
These are
on, I
cheaters.
think the biggest thing to understand.
Wait, are these cheaters?
Step forward. First prompt is, I would forgive my partner if they cheated
My fault.
on me. Agreeers? Please.
Humans are flawed and greedy. Okay, but there's morality, right? You would never forgive a murderer. A murderer is a terrible person. Depending on the circumstances, obviously. If it's self-defense, that's different. But a murderer of an innocent bystander or person, such as someone who murders a child, right? For example, that is a terrible person. That is a flawed human, and his greed was him succumbing to his impulses to fall into his desires, which would be, committing a heinous crime, right? But he's still a terrible person. Even though he's falling into his human nature, he's still a terrible person. You see what I'm saying? Humans can be greedy and be flawed, but there are things that you just don't do. You see what I'm saying? I know some decent murder. All right, bro. Like, bro, this nigga. All right, bro. This nigga's an ignorant final boss, nigga. Okay, this nigga got cheated on. Everybody else is a cheater.
I feel like from the side of being cheated on, I think the biggest thing to understand is that.
Hold on. I mean, you're a cheater. Of course, you would hope that you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna forgive them if they cheat because I cheat. Fuck out of here, okay? This nigga got cheated on and he forgives. Hey,
forgiveness is something that
GGs,
everybody
buddy.
does deserve. I think that once we get into the discussion of why somebody cheated, we can really understand whether or not that person is sympathetic. and whether or not that person is somebody that you want to.
Man, fuck all that. Hey, hold on. Look me in my fucking eyes. If you cheat on me, my nigga, I don't give a fuck if you're sympathetic. I don't care if you care, if you're sorry, if whatever the circumstances were. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. For the rest of my life, nigga, fuck you. You're dead to me. I don't give no fucks about how you feel, what you thought, what it was. Nigga, just let me know and I'm out your life permanently. I don't want to hear none of that. Come on.
Keep around in your life, but I think forgiveness and keeping them in that same relationship are not synonymous. They go separately.
I completely agree. However, I do think that forgiveness is something that we give to ourselves, not necessarily somebody else. So in the event that my husband cheats on me, I would be giving him forgiveness so that I could set myself free from any hostility or anger.
Nigga, I'm setting myself free by removing that person from my life permanently. Permanently. Nigga, fuck you. I don't care what the Bible says. I'm not forgiving or forgetting. It would be for myself not to forgive, because if I forgive you, then it's like, oh, it's all right. You know, it's cool that you cheated on me. I'm still going, even though in that case, I'm still leaving regardless. But to me, I don't care how it is. It's not okay. Regardless, I don't care. It's not okay. I don't find it okay at all. At all.
That I may hold on to.
I don't forget it. I won't
I
forget
think it should benefit both sides in that sense. Now, whether that other person takes it and uses it to their benefit, you can't control that, and it shouldn't be up to you to try and push that. But yes, also making sure that that forgiveness is for yourself as well, so you can move forward, whether it be with that person or alone, and not take that burden on to the next relationship if that relationship doesn't work out.
I completely agree. And I forgive because I've been forgiven. So, and I'm a Christian, so I believe in forgiveness. I believe that we should.
Yo, if you're a Christian, you would also believe in being faithful. You would also believe in sex after marriage. You would also believe in till death do us part. Correct? Yeah, you would actually believe in, you would be against divorce. I'm saying, you wouldn't even be cheating if you were really like a devout Christian. Telling us I believe in forgiving, you would also believe in being faithful and monogamous. I forgive them, but definitely not staying. And I'm fucking someone they hold close to, like a sister or a best friend or cousin. I wouldn't be mad at that. That's valid. Look, you heard me say take someone you hold dear straight through there, nigga. Nah, me personally, I'm not on that petty shit. I'm just like, I don't even want them around me. I don't want that energy around me. I don't want them just, nah, you can't have nothing on me. You're dead to me. It's like, and knowing that like someone who's with you, that's your partner, that will hurt them more than you going and fucking their best friend, fucking their cousin, fucking their like sister, fucking their like mom, their auntie or whatever. That will hurt them more, because it's like, they care so much. They've been in love with you for the longest time, and you're just like, oh, you found this out and they're dead to you now. It's like there's nothing there. That would hurt them much more than doing all that extra shit and putting more energy into them, and you could just throw them off to the side. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather,
because
me
you
personally,
have been forgiven.
I have short-term forgiveness and long-term forgiveness.
It's cool for you to do
like,
that.
Are you addressing the root of the issue and really, if you're truly forgiving, and forgiveness is something that comes with maturity and with life experience, it's the whole circle of forgiveness. You get so much, and
nigga, you an 80-year-old cheater. I'm not learning shit from you, nigga. You don't got no family, pussy.
You release the other person.
I ain't taking shit from you.
Anything, and then you can move forward from that point.
One thing that is interesting, though, is that there are 3 people from the cheater side who have sat down, but only 1 on the cheated on.
That is interesting.
I guess I'd be curious to hear more so about your guys' experiences, because it seems like in this instance you were cheated on.
Yes.
So I cheated on him.
Yes.
And
You went to this motherfucker with a bitch who cheated on you, nigga? And I'm sending the video and blocking. Hey, she might take herself out, brother. I don't know if you want to do all that, alright? But you went to this bitch you went to this motherfucker with the motherfucker who cheated on you? some of y'all niggas is like,
Forgave me. But I guess I'll let you explain that.
Forgiveness is a step-by-step process. It's not anything that does happen instant. And for us, that was something that we did step by step. And as you said, getting down to the root of it was a big thing.
Yes.
To where all questions have been answered, all things that were left up to an idle mind are no longer there. And so by getting down to the root of it, I can also figure out, okay, were there some areas that as a husband, I did not uphold what I needed to be? It might have been that you might have felt emotionally you couldn't feel like you can come to me.
So do you feel like you have equal blame in the cheating that occurred?
Can I interrupt? I think that bringing the conversation to the concept of blame, I think you actually kind of have to understand the purpose of blame. And I think that the purpose of blame is to shift responsibility. When I have conversations around cheating, I really like to steer clear of the blame game because the truth is, like, we all played a part, society included.
how the fuck I play a part in you taking dick from another nigga? You getting put through that motherfucker by another nigga. You in the bed getting slow stroke, telling him it's his shit. It falling out, you putting that motherfucker back in. And you moaning his name. How do I play a part in that? Bitch, if you need to go find some other dick, go leave. Just leave me. You don't gotta cheat. Oh yeah, shit, you could just do a little quick, hey, I don't wanna be with you no more, quick text, and then go fuck him. I wouldn't even mind it. Like, whatever, okay. It hurt. I'd be in that motherfucker, listening to that motherfucking Raw Wave. I got my heart on ice, and I can't see. Being that bit crying out the roof in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be better than that than getting cheated on and then having to find out all types of shit. Like, I'd rather that.
Could the disagreeers please step forward?
How is that my fault though? Like, how does that
Just
have
to
anything
go
to do
back
with
to
me?
kind of the imbalance that we saw there, I'd be curious to hear from the cheated on group first.
There was a few things I heard that I found interesting. One, you said about not using the blame game, and then also when you said about you felt like you may have had something to
That
do
shit shiny
with,
as fuck.
you know, not being
Michael Jordan
a
and shit.
husband or whatever it may be. And those are things I kind of disagree with. Like, I know most of us walk with good intentions in life, right? We're trying to be a good person, yes? Mm-hmm. Or maybe not. But at the most part, you start off that way, right? But I guess the way I live my life, I don't give anybody any excuse to do something wrong to me. So if you do something wrong to me, you had to kind of go out of your way to do that. And this idea that you start saying, well, it must have been something I did. It actually might not have been. It might have been just the other person wasn't where you were at as a human being. And also the other thing I heard was about, you know, forgiving for yourself. I've never understood that statement. They did something wrong, I'm just gonna move on. You know, I'm not gonna hold any ill will to you, it just happened.
This nigga spitting, nigga, he's spitting. I ain't gonna be thinking about you. You ain't gonna be on my mind all the time. You're just dead to me. I'm not forgiving you. Get the fuck on. I don't need to forgive you for me. I need to get you out of my life for me. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna spend all this extra energy on your pussy. Like, I don't worry about your bitch ass. Like, fucking time. Do this and go. Peace, bitch. Like, what?
Can I respond to that? So I actually agree with the two things you said about the forgiveness. I have never understood that either. I just feel like, for me, if it works for other people, that's great. I actually have found healing in not forgiving people. And I think there's a difference. I think I choose not to forgive them.
She's on the cheater's side, by the way. She's on the cheater's side, by the way.
And then eventually I am indifferent towards them, is what I'm saying. I think there's a difference between not forgiving someone and hating someone.
And I think most of that that narrative comes from usually the person who cheated, saying, you know, forgive for yourself. Or like, you never hear it coming from the actual person who got cheated on. And again, to that point, it seems it's always connected to, if you don't forgive, you're holding on to some ill will. No, I just don't think about it. It's done, and I'll just move on with life.
At least for me, I think that it comes back around to honesty. I mean, any of us that were cheated on, I don't think it's any of our responsibility that our partner chose to be dishonest with us about anything. Because even if you assume that, you know, it was something you did, maybe you weren't being open enough, or maybe the conversation wasn't happening that needed.
I don't never validate that shit. Bitch, if I'm not open enough and I'm not doing the shit you need me to do, go fuck the other niggas and tell me you don't need me, or you need I'm not for you, and then we can part ways before you go fuck the other niggas. Like, I'm not sitting in that chair, bro. I'm not sitting in that chair in the hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Whacking my shit, watching y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, bro. Like, let me know so I know, and then I could leave y'all. Like, fuck you tonight. Like,
It to happen. It's still not your responsibility fully. I don't think you can't force anyone to be faithful or to be honest or to be true.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting part, that, you know, someone gets cheated on, thinks, well, what did I do? Like, they should never think that.
With the early part of our marriage, what I thought a husband was, I go out, I make the check, and I come home.
Marriage. She's Christian, by the way. She cheated on this nigga in their marriage. Fuck. Damn. Did she marry the other nigga before she fucked him? Hey.
Have sex. I'm just being completely honest. I didn't. I go out, I make the check, and I come home and have sex. I'm just being completely honest. I didn't see nothing else.
Yeah, this nigga's a shitty husband. Yeah, I hope she don't got no kids with this nigga, bro. Cause look, he go to work. Damn, I'm talking a lot. My fault. I'm pausing a lot. I'm talking a lot. I ain't gonna lie. This motherfucker gonna be from a 1 hour video to a fucking 2 hour video. But fuck it, I don't care. I like to yeah when it comes to this shit. But you know what I'm saying? He go to work. He come to home, come to the crib. She want to talk about her problems or whatever, how her day is, or she want to get like a deeper connection. He's just like, nah, fuck all that. I just want to fuck. Go to sleep. This nigga happens that go to sleep, wake up, take a shower, go back to work, come back. Like, damn, this nigga dickhead.
Emotional that I needed to bring to the
outings,
table.
no like activities, no
that does
talking,
not
no
make an
chilling.
excuse for somebody to go out and do something. Yes, we should go ahead and have communication. We should try to learn how to
Have that
grow
conversation.
within this.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was the importance of trying to figure out, where did I have any type of flaw as a husband? Because even if we would have decided we're not going to work it out, I don't want to go and keep recreating the same type of marriage.
I just want to say, I think it's really interesting that you're the only person from the cheated on and I was the only person from the cheated side. And speaking from my personal experience, because my partner also used to be a cheater, and we came together, and you know, maybe part of it is just us growing up, you know, or we committed to each other, but we consciously made the decision to grow together, grow separately. And so I think if he were to cheat on me, I would not be able to forgive that, because it's like, well, we promised each other this growth, and we've put on.
Hold on, he forgave you for cheating. At least let the nigga get his get back. If he gonna stay, at least let him get his get back. At least let him even the score. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, he just that nigga in that chair, not in that hotel room. Let him even that score. You know what I'm saying? You can't be talking about that. He forgave you. You cheated. At that point, you shouldn't forgive yourself. You should just remove yourself from the relationship because you fucked up. Did some terrible shit you wouldn't forgive. You know what I'm saying?
It would be less about the cheating itself, I think, for me, and more about the breaking the promise of the growth that we've made. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to?
What about the promise at the beginning of the monogamous relationship where y'all decided we are not going to cheat because we are only in a relationship together? You broke that promise, he forgave you. So if he breaks that promise, let's forgive him, and then y'all can build off that promise. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, y'all can, because if it's more get backs after that, like, then y'all just breaking scores, and y'all niggas is just nah. But I mean, if I'm not saying it's okay, I'm not gonna lie, personally, I would never feel no need for a get back. I don't care about a get back. I don't want to do a get back. I won't even be able to fake it like I like being around you after you cheat on me. I would be so disgusted by you. Like, you're to me, like you. See what I'm saying? So I don't care about a get back. I don't want to do no get back. I don't want to be with you after you cheat on me. Like, it's not like, that's not the shit. I don't do that. I don't roll like that. My brain doesn't program. It doesn't work like that. So after I get cheated on, it's just nuts. Now I don't know how it feels, and because I've never experienced it, so I don't know. But off my principles and my moral values, I would never ever stay after getting cheated on, ever.
Trust you now.
For my
for no reason
experience, it was more of a physical thing. I was a virgin, and I wasn't ready to do that yet. And the guy I was with was a couple years older than me, and he went out and did that, and I could never forgive him because the physical thing was something that we could never fix. I wasn't gonna have sex with him, you know? So forgiveness for me was very hard because there was nothing to work on for me. So there was nothing to improve that relationship. So it was over.
I'm just curious if he.
My fault. Another pause. My bad. If you communicated that from the beginning, what the fuck was he expecting? Oh, she'll come around eventually. No, she just told you she does not want to have sex. Oh, maybe eventually she'll let me fuck. No. Bro, if you know you want the crush, if you know that that's what you want in your relationship, you want to fuck, you want to be, you know what I'm saying, be beating the motherfucking 20s. You want to be crushing them. If you know that's what you want to do, and she's telling you, this is not what I want to do, I don't want to do that, that's not me, I'm not going to do that, nigga, take them at face value. Now, if they're saying, oh, maybe eventually, yeah, I'll try, and you believe them, and you're like, okay, let's make this work, then, I mean, I wouldn't excuse the cheating. There's no reason to cheat. It's just that when you get to that point where you start seeing like, okay, this maybe might never happen, and it's not working for me, you just have that conversation, and you're just like, you decide whether or not to leave, and if y'all decide to work on that, or you decide to compromise, and boom, you make that work. Or you just like, you know, you're like, okay, this is not gonna work for me, I think we should part ways. That's how that should go. Either take it at face value when she tells you in the beginning, or if she says that maybe eventually, you have that conversation when it gets to that point where it's like you can't do it anymore, and y'all make decisions based off that rather than cheating, my nigga. So yes, do not forget that.
I have no idea what your relationship was like.
Go for it.
If he had come to you and said, I love you, I care about you, this is something that I really need, how would you feel about like, you know, allowing him to go out and do that, or would you like, we should just break up then?
Totally. I mean, I think that I was getting to the point of potentially being ready. But after he did that with someone else, then I was like, okay, no. And I literally did not speak to a man for like 3-4 years. Like, it was a very emotionally traumatizing for me. I was only 16.
She was 16. She's a few years older. And if I remember correctly, a couple means 2, a few means at least like 4. Nah, you're a victim. Hey, at least you didn't do that. Glad.
Love is so rewarding when it's good, but it's so painful when it's bad. Even when you know you've been wronged. As time passes, it's hard to heal. He's trying to heal.
Emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating? Okay, in the sense that you're making a emotional connection with another person behind your partner's back, yes, it's worse. I ain't gonna lie, it's terrible to do. I ain't gonna lie, that's fucked up to do. Like, your partner's at home thinking like shit's smooth, y'all like conversing, you're like, yeah, you feel me? Like, I love my girl so much, oh my gosh, I can't wait for her to get home and shit like that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to spend time with her. And she's out texting this other nigga like, oh, I would love like to, you know, for you to play with my hair and chill me and shit. That's fucked up. Like, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. But I feel like it's equally bad. I don't think there's one that's worse. It's just they're both terrible. Like, I'm not gonna rank them. Just both terrible. That's it.
It's just worse. I've been cheated on twice in the past year. The first was physical. The second was emotional. And to me,
2 times in a year?
Well, I don't want to bring it back to Jillian while she's standing over there, but we were talking about like the concept of virginity, and she was only 16. Like
Cheated on 2 times in a year? It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. If I got cheated on, I would not be in a relationship for the longest time. I'd probably just be fucking. Because I got cheated on. So I'm not gonna be in a relationship. I'm gonna let that shit sink in. I'm gonna heal from that shit and learn to be able to, for me, I'm gonna process the signs. If I see those signs, when I'm ready for a relationship, cutting that shit early. But when I'm going to be taking time away from being in a relationship because that stress is going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be healthy for me to get into another one right after that. I'm not going to be able to think, okay, I can trust this person. No, because even though you're not supposed to take a sexual relationship, it's going to be hard not to. So I'm just going to be, I would just be cooling and slamming shit. Hush, 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 hush. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't get cheated on, so I ain't gonna do all that.
physical cheating aspect, I was cheated on because I wasn't, I suppose, being sexual enough, despite the communication that we had going on. I was just kind of being lied to the whole time. But emotionally, for me, that's what relationships are built on. So lying about something like that, or like having someone else on the side that you're giving those parts of you to, when I truly just want to like know the inner depths of like your being, because we are in a relationship, it's just worse to me.
You hesitated to come up.
Oh, hesitated to come up because I think the word worse is like, it implies that there is a level of significance to whether you act on it or not. And I think ultimately cheating comes down to managing your own thought life. And as far as what you said about you not meeting his physical needs, I'd like to...
It was her, but yeah.
Oh, her, sorry?
You're good, same deal.
I'd love to shirk that off of you because what somebody else does in life is a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. So like as far as the, oh, I didn't meet physical needs of my partner, I think you can't really say that because if they weren't vocal about it, right?
Absolutely, which is like, that was the main reason.
It doesn't even matter if they weren't vocal about it. Or even if they were vocal about it, that does not give you the right to cheat. There's no, there's literally zero circumstance where it is okay to cheat. There's nothing that promotes, like I literally cannot think of anything that's like, I can't think of a single like scenario where it'd be okay to cheat. Literally, I cannot. I don't think there's a single one that has. Communication, communicate that. Okay, boom, okay. Make your decision based off that communication. If it's not what you feel like you need in a relationship, remove yourself. If you can work with it, try working with it. That does not mean step out of your relationship and find it somewhere else. If you want to find it somewhere else, my nigga, leave the relationship. Unless your partner agrees to you doing that, or your relationship is like a open, poly, whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Do what you want to do with your life. Do what the fuck you want to do with your life. In my shit, I'm monogamous strictly. I'm a super loyal nigga. I don't give no fuck about no other bitch. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none bitch. If I'm with my woman, like my wife, my princess, my queen, I'm beautiful, everything, you know what I'm saying? My sunshine, my rainbows, like, all that, you know what I'm saying? I be head over heels for it. My boys be like, yeah, she got you on that leash. Yes, she got me on that fucking leash, nigga. Just like I got her on mine. It's like a mutual relationship. It's not like I'm the only one doing all this shit and I'm doing this because I'm showing respect because I care about it, you know? I care about you, I care about the relationship. I decided to be with you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I decided I wanted to be with you because this is something I'm looking to be in long term. I don't date just to be in a bitch for a little bit. I'm not here for a good time, I'm here for a long time. But I'm looking future, marriage, kids, all that. I'm not looking at just right now. I'm looking at the future and shit. So I don't like. For me, I just can't do none of that. None of that.
One of the only reasons that we broke up, and I called it off, and I was still never apologized to. It was never acknowledged that it even happened.
Yeah.
Because that betrayal was so tangent, it was a lot easier for me to let go of it. But having like a deep emotional connection with someone, I like tried again with an ex and then I ended up getting emotionally cheated on. I had much more of a deeper investment in the character of that person. And I cared very deeply about where we were going in life and how we were growing together. And to sort of have that growth cut off, you know, is something different entirely. I do like what you said though about using the word worse and like how
there's like a level of significance to betrayal, whether it's actually executed with your body or not.
Yeah.
I think
I feel like it's both the same.
Betrayal.
Yeah, it's still a betrayal, right?
I feel like it's both the same. It's like the same, but they're both betrayal. It's still the same.
I have a long history of cheating, unfortunately, and I have both physically cheated and emotionally cheated.
Holy
the way my
fuck, she's a
various
terrible
partners
person.
responded.
Hold on, I got it. I'm looking a little buff. All right, I'm back.
Was different. I don't think that it's fair to say one is worse than the other.
Yeah, I kind of agree, because at first I was standing back there, I'm like, physical has to be worse, but then I'm like, everybody has a different standard or a different experience. I can't say what's worse for somebody else, what maybe for me. The other thing is, I don't understand, I'm not sure I even know what emotional cheating actually is.
That's what
I'm sitting there like, what is emotional cheating?
What that means at all.
So emotional cheating, like when, let's say, you're going to someone and talking to them about the problems in your relationship. And they're offering that advice. They're offering you comfort.
They're giving you everything that you want.
Yeah, that you're desiring at that point when you're actually supposed to be going to your spouse or to the person that you're with.
I agree with you, but I would take that a step further and say you can emotionally cheat and like they not know about your spouse or your partner. Like it's about having a relation, like you're talking to them with the way you talk to your partner. Because I have my my high school sweetheart. I was in love with someone else. I was in love with two people at the same time. It was very complicated, but.
How the fuck do y'all have love for so many people? Like, oh my gosh, like I
Before anything ever physically happened, I was emotionally cheating on my boyfriend at the time because I was talking to this guy like he was my boyfriend too, even though we weren't together. You know, and I know people who have divorced, who have left their marriages because it was like, well, I've fallen in love with someone else, even though we've never done anything physical. Whereas by that same token, you can also have like a one-night stand and it be purely physical and not emotional cheating at all.
It's funny because like it seemed like you're describing when you're trying to get to know about somebody because you want to date them. So that's why it's kind of like really.
Let me help you.
Yeah, it's kind of like confusing me.
Emotional cheating begins when you have a relationship with somebody that your partner is not aware of.
Okay.
And
A romantic relationship.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I think lots of things. I look at lots of people. I expect that whoever I'm with is thinking whatever they're thinking while they're looking at people. And relationships that we all have with each other, you know, for me, like my girlfriends and I've been cheated on and cheated, and it's all complex and complicated and based on a case-per-case basis. Until they take action, some kind of action where they're physically engaging with another person, they're not cheating on me as far as I'm.
Man, hell nah. Man, sit in that chair, nigga. You go in the hotel room and sit in that fucking chair. I ain't doing that shit. You touching another nigga. You caked up on the phone with another nigga. You sweet talking another nigga. Out of here.
I'm concerned because they're living life as a human being and they're just feeling and thinking and fantasizing and doing all the things that we all do because we're human beings.
Yeah, you gonna let your bitch fantasize about another
And that's how you feel.
That's how I feel about it. That's why I said it about 3 or 4
As someone who has cheated, did you feel, if you've ever felt any some type of way, whether it be guilt or anything, did you feel worse about emotionally cheating or physically cheating?
I've never emotionally cheated. I'm a human being and I live my life. And if I think something or I have a relationship with her where I'm telling her about my relationship and I'm falling in love with her, that's okay. I can feel that. But until I do something about it, I haven't cheated. I haven't done anything to my partner.
I've been cheated on multiple times.
You're falling in love with another person. That is literally cheating. You're communicating with a person while in a relationship, romantically, and you're falling in love with another person that is not your partner. That is cheating. It does not matter if you don't do anything physically, you're cheating.
You know, so it's just like, and it's always been like a physical thing, and it's really hurt me, and that's why I think the physical is worse.
That old fart is a piece of shit.
For me personally, then maybe the emotional would be, but I can totally see both sides. Because emotional is, but emotional is difficult too. But for me, the thing that sets my like romantic relationship apart from a best friendship is the intimate, physical stuff. For me, I can have tight relationships with other guys, but I'm not gonna go sleep with them because I'm not romantically involved.
Oh, I'm still very close with my high school sweetheart.
Totally.
We're very good friends.
Yes, and I have exes too that I can be like, we're chill, you know, but I'm not gonna go hook up with you in the car, like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
and we have that trust. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, it's situational. It's for.
Fuck no. Cool with your ex? Leave. What the fuck? Hell no.
Some people, emotional cheating might be worse. For some people, physical cheating might be worse. For some people, it's the same.
Let's move on to the next prompt. I would date someone who cheated on others in the past.
Shit. I like to believe once a cheater, always a cheater. I mean, you can change. But I feel like if you have the capability to cheat, that's in you. Now, I could understand if it was a get back. If it was a get back, whatever. Like, personally, I'm not into get backs, but I could understand a get back. I'm not going to attribute that to you. I won't blame you. It's a get back. They cheated on you. You want to make them feel the same, so you cheat on them. Okay, whatever. But if you cheated first, I would not get with you. Because it's a possibility you changed and you won't do that. And it's a possibility you had not. And I'm not willing to wager my heart on that, bro. I'm not.
That was so fast.
I agree wholeheartedly. A person's past is indicative of who they were at that point in time, not necessarily who they want to become or who they are in the present moment. And I think what's most important is who we are in the present moment.
I agree too, because I believe people can change. I changed, so I believe that. Now, can you make someone change? Like, obviously not, but I agree with that.
Yeah. No, I agree wholeheartedly. I feel like if somebody did something, say for example in their 20s and they're in their mid 30s now, I can't hold them to that past.
Right.
There's things that I've done. And so I feel like it would be wrong for a person to say, hey, you can't change, you can't come out.
There's people right now in their mid 30s who act like they did in their 20s. It's somebody right now with a 40, 50-year-old mother acting like how they did in their 20s. I don't like to attribute age to maturity or growth, because you never know. I mean, it shows in the character, it shows in the conversation, your interactions with people, you will see, but you never know.
Out of that, and so who am I to say?
They could still be that same person.
I'm not wagering to somebody else. And I think those are things that you would only figure out, like the surface level stuff early on anyway, before you get down to the deeper details.
I am currently dating somebody who used to cheat, maybe even worse than I did. And I mean, to your point about cheating in your 20s, I think the last time I cheated on anybody was maybe like 5 to 7 years ago. And, like I was saying before, my partner and I, we made a commitment to each other to help each other be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And I'm very secure in my relationship. I have my moments, but that has more to do with like me than it does him. When he goes out, I'm like, oh, see you later. Like, it doesn't, there's no doubt in my mind that he is faithful.
Since I began my marriage as an affair, the man that I have been with for the last 10 years is the man that I cheated with. I proceeded to have 3 of his babies, and we now have a fabulous life. But in the beginning, the amount of paranoia and anxiety that came from the fact that you cannot control anybody else's behavior but your own was insane. And so I think coming to terms with accepting the realization that what is inside of my control and what is outside of my control was liberating.
I'm interested to hear the disagreeers, because again, I think we have 3 people on the cheater side and then 1 on the cheated on. So disagreeers, please step forward.
I don't disagree. I didn't hear the prompt. So
I think I honestly.
I mean, everything everybody said sounds great on a Christmas card, I guess. If I'm being honest, because at the end of the day, I think, I don't say that disrespectfully. I mean, at the end of the day, we all still are human beings, right? And we go off experience, okay? For instance, in my situation, I was married, but at the time, I didn't know how many times prior to that she cheated, right? So again, when you meet somebody, you don't straight away know off the bat, oh, they've been cheating. As you go along and as you go through this situation, you start to go back to this conversations and stories you've had, and it's like, oh, that was the behavior that was always there, you just didn't know it, right? Would you take a banker who's stolen money in the past? You're kind of gonna be like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like, so I think it's situational and how you meet the person and how you grow. Like, even you said, you had your affair and now you're married with 10 years with 3 kids. It grew into something, but you started off with paranoia, but
Right.
It grew into something real, right? So I think it's, again, very situational.
I mean, it was even real in the affair, okay? So like, I kind of want to get ahead of the narrative that like, people fall in love when they cheat because it's a fantasy. And I think if it were a fantasy, it wouldn't hurt so bad, right? So I really like to keep it in the reality sector just because I think it invalidates the experience. And what you just shared actually hits on the fact that your wife, ex-wife, your ex-wife had serial cheating. And I am of the belief that serial cheating exists if you don't understand why you do it. So if we do not actually do the deep dive and understanding why we behave the way that we behave, we'll never be able to correct. So from the beginning, she was deceitful with you, right? Like, I think that if I get the opportunity in the future to go into another relationship, which it's already disclosed on the internet, so whatever, but I'm going to be upfront, you know? Like, I have a history of deceiving people I love, and I am capable of it.
I'm curious, do any of you guys have kids?
We do.
Yes, we do.
And I think that brings up a whole nother dynamic for me when I went through mine, because I had kids involved, and that was kind of like, and you know, it's like, not saying that's worse or better, because cheating is cheating regardless. But again, being real and being a human being, you're gonna react a different way because you've got kids involved.
So I'm gonna expose
Do you think you're going to be a lot more, you know, when you go and date again, would you be a lot more stringent on your requirements than now that you do have your own kids?
I think that's just a natural thing. Not saying that's justifiable, but like, you're gonna have standards. You've been through one thing, there's certain things that you're gonna not tolerate. The whole dating thing is kind of put on hold because my focus is on kids, especially in a society that downplays fathers in their kids' lives. And because I came from a two-parent household, I'm very like, I'm going to be there for my kids no matter what. Like, even right now, if they're called right now, I'll be out of here.
I want to hear more from the disagreeers. Is that like a requirement now that if they were a cheater in the past, you won't even consider dating them, or is it case by case?
It's interesting. For me, I think it is case by case. The main reason for me disagreeing with this prompt is because it's about the serial cheating thing. Like the person who physically cheated on me was a serial cheater before me, and has continued to be like since our breakup. And I would never, ever touch that with a 10-foot pole again.
I was a serial cheater.
How'd you change?
Well, here's the thing.
He didn't change, bro.
Yeah, I'll get
The
to
nigga
that.
didn't change.
I'm the only child of a single mom. So there was no father at home. There was no example of what a healthy relationship is in terms of a man and a woman. So, and I grew up with a lot of female energy. So I had aunts and grandmothers and stuff who were all raising me. So I had a very emotional aspect to my being. And so because of that, I craved female attention. And so whenever females would give me attention, it was just like, oh, if they wanted to do whatever, I was on board. I'm like, let's go, you know, it's life and this is great. And then after starting to mature and grow up a little bit, I'm like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel like the right thing to do, you know? I can't even explain it. It just kind of descended into my being. And I was like, this is not you. You're not this person. And that's where I found one sense of my character and integrity about myself.
I am also a serial cheater, and my partner was a serial cheater as well. And we were very
Hold on, why she say I am? Hey, tell that boy go through that phone.
honest with each other in the beginning as soon as it was serious, you know, hey, I have this history. Oh, me too. And he was able to communicate to me, this is why I made these horrible choices. So I am confident that he wouldn't make those choices again.
For those who have been serial cheaters and now found themselves or gone through and understand, I guess what would you say to the people who've been serial cheated on? Because it's interesting, like, you guys have gone through something and you figure stuff out, and you always hear those people who are like, why am I always finding that guy or that girl and they're always cheating on me? Like, how, what do you say to them?
I'm speaking from experience, not with cheating, but with other things, that sometimes when someone has trauma from a relationship, that you enter your next relationship thinking, oh, this person's gonna save me. This is gonna be the person who fixes my trauma. And it becomes this cycle of trauma where that person then is like, oh, this person thinks of me as their savior, and they'll take advantage of that. And that is not, I'm not victim blaming. That is not to say that and it's your fault.
No, but that's a relationship thing.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is like, in relationships, when you find yourself finding the same kind of people,
Yeah.
you have to stop finding people and go, what is it about me? What do I have to figure out about me and what's going on? And how I feel about other people and what my boundaries are and all kinds of things. Yeah.
It's the types of energy that you might be unconsciously like looking
attracting.
for.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily attracting, but like sometimes when a person is traumatized in a certain way, unconsciously. You will chase that
looking
trauma
for it.
over
Exactly.
and over again. But I think what you said about boundaries, I mean, that is the key. And I think a lot of people don't understand that like boundaries is not saying like you can't do this because you can't control other people like you're saying. A boundary is like, if you do this, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. It's the consequence of the person crossing that boundary.
There are much worse things that can break a relationship than cheating.
Join Amelgro on Patreon to watch this exclusive prompt.
It's okay to express attraction to others while in a relationship.
Fuck no. Hell no.
As the only person from the cheated on section.
Okay to
on Patreon.
The fuck? Can you talk about that? Okay, fuck it. We gonna talk about it then, nigga. Like things like failure to communicate, harsh treatment to your partner, the loss of love, financial stuff also applies to. Showing care, like how you show affection, there being disparagement, or it's just y'all love language just don't align, or you guys just don't align in general. That's another thing. It's a lot of things that could break a relationship outside of cheating. That's why it's never just focus on cheating. Also, that insecurity or the paranoia of the possibility of cheating. That could break a relationship as well, because then you start becoming controlling. You start doing things. It's like everything you just look at everything is negative. They don't respond for a few hours. Oh, she's fucking the nigga. Oh, she's getting put through that fucking mattress. Oh, she's getting fucked right now. Then you go on TikTok. You start scrolling. You start seeing TikToks about niggas fucking out. Then you see a nigga talking about your exact situation. You sitting there chilling. You like just doom scrolling and shit. And then boom, this nigga hit you with the, yo girl ain't text you right now, huh? She that motherfucker get put through that mattress, bro. She calling that nigga daddy, saying it's his pussy being king. She crying his name out. And he's saying, what's your, say fuck your boyfriend. She saying fuck you right now, bro. Or there'll be another one. If your girl ain't responding in 8 hours, she's cheating. Oh, your girl did this? Oh yeah, she's cheating. Whole time it might just be she busy doing something, or whole time it's not even that. But at the same time, it could be. But when you sit there focusing on what it could be, you start to lose what it is. You feel me? Stay present. You keep focusing on these hypotheticals on what could possibly be happening. You start drilling into that, and you take away from your relationship, and then you have less love there. You see what I'm saying? You start being controlling. You start being insulting. You start, you're more negative. You can't show love like you used to. And then it feels like there's the loss of love, or we don't love like how we used to. And then it just gets worse because you're not addressing that. And you're just getting more and more insecure and more controlling. And then they just feel suffocated, and now they don't want to be with you. Or maybe then they actually cheat. It's like only so many times, like if you keep telling this person like, oh, you're a cheater, you're a cheater, you're a cheater, maybe one day they might internalize it and be like, I am, and I'm gonna go do that. Now this isn't to put blame, because you shouldn't cheat regardless, just leave the relationship. If they're too suffocating, too insecure, it's just like they're not ready for a relationship, clearly. But in certain cases, the thing is just like, you have to really look at how you're being as a partner. You can't just keep pushing in, and like, it's very real. It's possible, and it's scary. Yes, I know it's scary. It's possible and it's scary, but you cannot control that. If they have, look, this the way I like to think about it is, and I seen this like I forgot who said it, and he like, I like that. I like how he said he opened my eyes. This is a dude with dreads. He has like short free arms or whatever, and he talks about his like him and his girl all the time. But he was saying like, don't try to stop your girl from cheating, because it's not it's something that you just have to be able to do. If she's able to, or you're able to, he, whatever the fuck you're dating, if they're able to cheat, that is a characteristic within of themselves. Within that of themselves, that is something that they're able to do. They're going to cheat regardless because that's something that they want to do, that they're able to do. If there's somebody who, also Taekwondo, yeah, he asked us something like this too. If they have if they have the integrity and the morality within themselves where they're like, no, I cannot cheat no matter what the